In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you my non-metal albums that I own. A lot of these, I'm not gonna try to explain a whole lot for most of them, because some of them I don't even know the release year or any of that other shit, because I just don't care. These are albums that I've heard over the years that I just happen to like, and yeah. So in the background playing is the Oblivious Cars, I think is how you say it. I believe this is their debut album, Portal of Eye. Super cool, progressive, kind of metal, pretty cool stuff. So now to get into the list. First album I have is Johnny Cash. This is one of his live albums. I don't even fucking remember the year it was released. Sometime in the 1960s, that's all I know. Live album, super cool stuff. And next on the list is this right here, guys. This is I guess I could describe it as like a rap rock band with some fun poppy kind of elements to it. I discovered this because two of the songs on here are on the video game Need for Speed Rivals, and I used to play that game all the fucking time when I was a kid, and yeah, that's pretty much how I discovered this project. Next up, this is a really good one, guys. Next up is Rubber Soul by the Beatles. Yeah, one of my favorite Beatles albums. Super killer stuff. Next, I have Bjork with her debut album titled Debut. This is a pop singer from, I believe she's from Iceland. I'm not actually sure. But yeah, super weird, kind of fun music to listen to. Check this out. Oh, and her name is spelled B-J-O-R-K, by the way. And next, I have, and I'll save that one. I have Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Again, another album. No fucking clue what year it came out, but this is a jazz album. This is the only jazz album that I own. Don't listen to it very often, but it's fun to change things up every once in a while and throw this album on. Next is another Beatles album. This is the Revolver album, of course, as you can see. Rubber Soul and the Revolver album are my favorite Beatles album because they kind of lean into that older early 60s Beatles where it's kind of raw and just, you know, straightforward rock. But it also kind of has a little bit of the psychedelic elements to it. But yeah, super awesome. And next, I have this right here, Lady Gaga's debut album. I believe this is her debut album. Something I don't listen to a lot, but once in a while, you know. And get this one out of the way too. This is Lady Gaga, her newest album, Mayhem. I picked this up back in March when it came out. Super cool stuff. I think this is her best work. Yeah. And next, guys, Cro-Mags. This is their debut album. New York hardcore. One of my favorite New York hardcore albums. I'd even say just one of my favorite fucking albums of all time, honestly. Super awesome. Check this out. And next, I have Cream, Wheels of Fire. This is I'll just show you guys that. And that, this is a double CD. It's got the live, it's obviously, you know, it's got the Wheels of Fire album, and then it's got a live album to go with it, which a lot of the songs, the live songs, are extended versions of studio songs. Like, they'll take a 5-minute, you know, studio song, and they'll play it for like 15 minutes, and they'll like improvise a bunch of shit. Really fucking cool. Next, I have Kiss Dynasty. This is the only Kiss album I own. Yeah. And next, Johnny Cash, Bitter Tears. Again, no fucking clue what year this album came out, but I like it, and you should check it out. Next is, got this, Agnostic Front, The American Dream Died. Another New York hardcore band. I really don't care for this album all that much, to be honest with you. I prefer like their early stuff, like Victim in Pain. I think that's one of the greatest NYHC albums ever released. Really fucking awesome. But yeah. And next, I have Charged GBH, Leather, Bristles, Studs, and Acne. This is UK crust punk. This is the bonus track. This has a couple bonus tracks on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, super awesome stuff. Probably my favorite crust punk band. Really awesome. Next, AC/DC debut, High Voltage. One of the first CDs that I bought. I love this. Just straightforward rock music. And next, I have another Bjork album. This one is called Post. I believe this is her second or third album. A little more experimental than the first one that I showed you guys. But yeah, super cool. And this right here, another Cream album, Disraeli Gears. This is fucking awesome. Probably my favorite 60s rock album ever. Yeah. If you like 60s rock, you have to like this. If you like anything that Eric Clapton's ever done, this is one of his bands. So check this out. Super awesome 60s psychedelic rock. And for the last album, guys, I have Atari Teenage Riot, Delete Yourself. I think 1999 this album came out, if I'm not mistaken. This is, I guess it's considered like industrial hardcore. Basically the way I would describe this is if you were to take away the instruments from a punk band and give them computers and say make electronic music, basically, that's what this album right here is pretty much. Super high energy, super fucking high energy. It's got that rebellious punk spirit, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. Probably one of the coolest sounding albums I've ever heard. Not a huge fan of electronic music, but this is so fucking good, because I think just because of the energy this album has is what makes it really awesome. Yeah, if you're only gonna check out one thing on here, it's gotta be Atari Teenage Riot. I'm telling you guys, this album is probably, you've never heard anything like it. Yeah, so that is my albums that I own outside of metal. There's other shit outside of metal that I like that I just don't really care to buy or haven't gotten around to it yet. I typically don't explore outside of metal. I really gotta be like, I don't know. I just like I said, I don't go outside of metal very often, but I have a couple times, and I've found a lot of these fucking absolute banger gems. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. After I got done recording the video, I realized that I was missing a few albums. So there's 3 left. I'm just gonna get through this real quick. So Warzone, Don't Forget the Struggle, Don't Forget the Streets. I think they're from New York. It's a hardcore band. I think it's called like Youth Crew, which is basically just it's hardcore with like a positive message, I guess. Pretty cool stuff. Ted Nugent, Free for All, and Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever. Okay, now the video is over.